Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. The case between Ripple Labs and the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, is heating up as both sides await a ruling from U.S. District Judge Annalisa Torres on whether Ripple's sales of XRP constitute an unregistered securities offering. The outcome of the case could be months away, but both parties can still submit new information to the court. Ripple's most recent filing cites a recent Supreme Court ruling, which touches on the fair notice defense employed by its counsel. According to Ripple, it couldn't have known to register XRP with securities regulators because the agency had never provided enough clarity on what makes a security within the crypto context. The Due Process Clause of the U.S. Constitution requires individuals to be given fair notice of which actions are prohibited by law, and Ripple argues that it did not receive such notice. The case against Romanian immigrant Alexandru Bittner, who broke the law when he failed to file a relevant report with regulators for each of his 272 bank accounts, is being used as a reference point by Ripple's counsel. U.S. authorities demanded that Bittner pay a $10,000 Bank Secrecy Act fine for each account, but the Supreme Court recently ruled that he only had to pay one fine worth $10,000. The court found that fair notice had not been given to Bittner, specifically to the point that it would demand individual fines for each undisclosed bank account. Ripple's counsel argues that Bittner's recent ruling is analogous to its fight against the SEC and should be taken into consideration. Ripple Labs relied on the SEC's previous statements and actions that led them to understand that XRP was not a security. Therefore, the firm had no reason to believe that they were violating securities laws. However, whether Judge Torres agrees with Ripple's defense remains to be seen. She is expected to rule on both sides' summary judgments sometime this year, which, outside of a settlement, would end the case without a jury. The case between Ripple Labs and the SEC is a complex one, involving legal and regulatory issues related to the sale of XRP. XRP is a digital asset that was created by Ripple Labs and is used to facilitate cross-border payments. The SEC alleges that Ripple Labs conducted an unregistered securities offering by selling XRP to investors, thereby violating federal securities laws. Ripple Labs denies these allegations and argues that XRP is not a security. The company claims that XRP is a virtual currency that functions as a medium of exchange, like Bitcoin or Ethereum. Ripple Labs also argues that it did not conduct an initial coin offering, ICO, which is a common way for companies to raise funds by selling digital tokens or coins to investors. The SEC's case against Ripple Labs has been closely watched by the cryptocurrency industry, as it has the potential to set a precedent for how digital assets are regulated in the U.S. If the SEC's allegations are upheld by the court, it could have significant implications for other digital asset issuers and their ability to conduct token sales without registering with the SEC. In the meantime, Ripple Labs and the SEC continue to wait for Judge Torres' ruling on the case. Both sides are likely to submit new information to the court in an attempt to sway the judge in their favor. Whatever the outcome, the case is likely to have far-reaching implications for the cryptocurrency industry and how digital assets are regulated in the U.S. The issue at the center of this case is whether Ripple's sales of XRP should be classified as an unregistered securities offering. This classification could potentially have severe consequences for Ripple and its ability to sell XRP to investors. The SEC argues that Ripple should have registered XRP as a security and that its failure to do so violates federal securities laws. Ripple's defense is based on the argument that XRP is not a security, but rather a virtual currency that functions as a medium of exchange. The company claims that XRP is used to facilitate cross-border payments and that it is not subject to the same regulations as securities. Ripple also claims that it did not conduct an ICO, which is a common way for companies to raise funds by selling digital tokens or coins to investors. The SEC's case against Ripple Labs is one of several high-profile cases involving digital assets and their regulation. The cryptocurrency industry has faced increased scrutiny from regulators in recent years as digital assets have gained popularity among investors. Many regulators are concerned that digital assets are being used to circumvent securities laws and that investors are being put at risk. The outcome of the Ripple case could have significant implications for the cryptocurrency industry and how digital assets are regulated in the U.S. If the court rules in favor of the SEC, it could set a precedent for how other digital asset issuers are regulated in the future. This could potentially limit the ability of companies to raise funds through the sale of digital tokens or coins. On the other hand, if the court rules in favor of Ripple, it could provide more clarity around the classification of digital assets and their regulation. This could potentially lead to a more favorable regulatory environment for the cryptocurrency industry and encourage more companies to enter the market. Regardless of the outcome, the Ripple case highlights the need for greater clarity around the regulation of digital assets. The cryptocurrency industry is still in its early stages, and regulators are struggling to keep up with the pace of innovation. As digital assets become more mainstream, it is likely that regulators will continue to grapple with how to regulate them effectively. In conclusion, the case between Ripple Labs and the SEC is a complex one with far-reaching implications for the cryptocurrency industry. Both sides are waiting for a ruling from U.S. District Judge Annalisa Torres, which is expected to be issued later this year. Whatever the outcome, the case is likely to set an important precedent for how digital assets are regulated in the U.S. and could have significant implications for the future of the cryptocurrency industry. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more of my content, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.